Really? So as you may have heard, the now former vice president of Nike, Ann Herbert, and her son Joe have been exposed for possibly backdooring basically every release that Nike or Jordan Brand has come out with in the last 12 months at the very least. And as you can tell by these images that I'm showing you right here, this is massive, massive amounts of sneakers. Basically every hyped release, any really nice GR that Nike or Jordan Brand has dropped in the past 12 months, this dude has insane amounts of or had them. And from what I could tell by the information that's out there, her son is saying that she had absolutely nothing to do with this resale business. He didn't get any insider information, she wasn't backdooring pairs to him, and she wasn't financing it. But you were just caught spending $132,000 on her American Express card for sneakers. And if you look at these images right here, he has a mountain of shoes in his backyard. I mean, he has warehouses full of the most hardest to get sneakers that Nike and Jordan Brand has dropped in the last 12 months. And I'm going to explain to you in this video why you as a consumer should be upset. You know, if you're somebody who wants to get shoes into your collection or put on your feet. And also resellers. Now, no matter how you feel about resellers, resellers should be upset about this too. And I'm going to tell you why a little bit later in this video. But no matter how you feel about resellers, resellers have been a part of this culture for a very, very long time. And sometimes they're a necessary evil. Now, a reseller actually has to spend money, put in footwork, spend time trying to obtain sneakers, and it's not the easiest thing to do. And even if you run a bot, bots are very, very expensive to run. You have to buy the bot, you have to buy proxies, you have to buy servers. All that stuff gets very, very expensive. So if you're putting footwork in, I can at least respect you, at least on some level. But this kid had the ultimate plug. But this kid just didn't have the plug. He had the whole wall outlet and a device to plug it into. I mean, this kid, if this is true, really did no work whatsoever, put in no time, and he had to flex on the internet, and that's how he got caught, and it cost your mom, I'm assuming, a very, very lucrative job at Nike. So this lady, Ann Herbert, was the vice president of Nike. The vice president of Nike. Now, you mean to tell me that Nike wasn't paying you crazy amounts of money to work there? Why would your son even have to do that? I'm sure you made a ton of bank working for Nike. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. But she got herself involved in this one way or another. It's not like she didn't know about it. And I've worked for, big corporations in management. And I can tell you one thing, that people in upper management, they actually don't do anything. They don't touch product. They run the whole business by barking out orders and sending emails. So that means that if this was really going on, there was a lot of people at Nike involved and that they knew about it and probably didn't say anything for fear of losing their job. And as the vice president of Nike, you know what was the main things that she oversaw? The Nike sneakers app. You know, the place where we go to cop our sneakers every week and we catch L after L after L after L, but her son has a mountain of them in their backyard right now. Back in the day, I used to honestly feel like the sneakers app was 50-50. 50% of the time you would catch a dub, and the other 50% you would catch that L, and you would keep it moving. If you had to pay resale for a sneaker that you really wanted, so be it. But you know when I noticed that the game really, really changed? It was when the Jordan 13 Flint came out a year ago. And that was a sneaker that hadn't retroed in a very, very long time. The hype was huge. And yes, there was resellers going after it because they believed that it was going to be worth money. But the sneaker ended up being very, very hard to obtain, and I wonder why. Now, I'm not saying that the Jordan 13 Flint should have been a $1,000 sneaker or anything like that. But that was a very, very sought after, very, very hyped general release is what we were being told. You know, it was a GR. It wasn't limited, it was a GR. And a lot of people went after that sneaker for the sole purposes of reselling it. And this is why resellers should be mad. So if you looked at that image right there where I'm showing you that this dude probably had thousands of pairs of these. If you were a reseller and you did get your hands on some of these, you know how easy it would be for that dude to put them on the resale market, go StockX, eBay, and undercut all your pricing and drive the prices of those sneakers down so low that you don't make any money. This is market manipulation, and a lot of people are saying that, it's just reselling and nobody should be mad at resellers. This dude has manipulated the entire market with the help of his mom, the vice president of Nike. If this was Wall Street, they probably would be arrested right now. But it's just sneakers, and it's not that big of a deal, so, no one's really going to look into this. She lost her job, which she resigned, but I'm going to tell you right now, in the corporate world, when you resign, you have to give a notice, and especially in a position like that, it's normally more than 2 weeks. If you, quit your job that you have right now, you put in a 2 weeks notice. She resigned effective immediately, so that was a courtesy that Nike gave her to spare her being fired because she was going to be fired. And if she was just giving her son a handful of sneakers here or there or something like that, you know, maybe for cost, I wouldn't even be mad about that. Or even if they were free, I wouldn't be mad. If you worked at Burger King and you get free Whoppers, you know, you work there. You earn those perks. You know, when you work for the company, there is certain discounts and stuff like that that you're privileged to. But in this case, I mean, this dude was taking the whole warehouse home. The whole warehouse. You know, ain't nobody else have this many of these sneakers anywhere. And then he found 6. This is what he said. This is funny. This is really funny. He found 6 pairs of Nike mags in a storage unit. 6 pairs. That's $72,000 worth of shoes. He just found them. Bruh. No one believes that. But because he had to flex on social media for his friends and his fans and his followers on Instagram, dude, your mom lost her job and now you're the most hated dude in the sneaker community. He had ridiculous amounts of off-white 5s. He had basically every Jordan 12 Indigo that was a dope sneaker, and I thought it would be worth more. You know, but just like the Flints, you know, they go for like $230 to $250. I mean, and that was a dope sneaker. The materials were dope, but he had so many of them that, you know, he undercut the whole entire market, and now those shoes aren't worth that much money at all. I mean, it's crazy. The dude had all the Jordan 1 Court Purples. All of them. A big wall of them. I do know one thing though, this is not a good look for Nike. This is not a good look for the brand whatsoever. I mean, people like me and like you who are watching this video right now that invest so much time, so much money into these sneakers to, you know, to be forced into paying resale from the actual company, not given the chances that we have to cop for retail. I mean, it's incredibly frustrating and it's sad, really. I mean, they make billions upon billions upon billions upon billions, but they can't even give us sneakers for retail. And maybe moving into the future, maybe this is a great thing that they were exposed. Maybe it'll be easier to cop on the Nike Sneakers app. Maybe, you know, since all these pairs aren't being backdoored, that we'll have a greater chance to cop the sneakers that we want and love. Because as a collector, as an avid fan of Nike and Jordan brand, the worst thing is paying crazy amounts of money for sneakers that cost, you know, $100, $200, and then being forced to pay $500, $600, $1,000 or more for sneakers. I mean, like, we thought that Marcus Jordan, you know, was backdooring pairs, and we were looking at him last month like, bro, why are you doing this? But this takes the entire cake, the icing, the candles, the box, all that. I mean, this is just flat out ridiculous. Guys, drop a comment down below. Let me know how you feel about this whole situation. Do you think that Nike knew about these shoes being possibly backdoored? Do you think this whole, you know, scenario is just overblown? Or do you think that this kid was really just bought and just got all those sneakers? Guys, I'd like to thank you all for rocking out with me and watching this video. Before you guys bounce out, if you haven't already, hit that like button for me. Hit that like button for your boy. And if you're new or you haven't yet already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you never miss any content on sneakers, gear, or sports related items. And until next video, peace.